Hello, world. I'm Chris Pirillo. Welcome to my universe.
My dad used to sell magazines for a living. He worked for a company that sold magazines, resold magazines to various and sundry outlets across the world. I really haven't subscribed to any magazines in for a while. I had Mad Magazine for a year. I just kind of got it because I was like, I haven't subscribed to this in a while. I'm sure I'll take delivery. And of course, I write for CPU Magazine. Does anybody out there read magazines? Do you subscribe to magazines, or you just get whatever comes in the house and you're like, oh, this is a great magazine? Yeah, that's the thing that blows me away. Like, sometimes I'll stop payment on a magazine and know that I stopped payment and did not pay it, and they just keep coming. Like, they just keep flooding in. Like, I can't. Once you start, you just can't stop them. Like, there's no stopping magazines. And I think the big issue with magazines is that, by the time the news reaches your doorstep or your mailbox, it's old news. Because, it's got to be printed. Even weekly periodicals sometimes are out of date by the time that you have them in your hot little hands. Sometimes you want to create a magazine on a daily basis, but you want it delivered on your schedule, and you just want the information that you want, and you want it, in a nice, let's say PDF, so that you could read it just about anywhere, and then you could archive it, for forever and ever and ever and ever, as long as, PDFs can still be read, years and years from now. I can't imagine that format disappearing anytime soon. So what do? What do you do? Well, you now might head over here to tabloid.com. That's TABBLOID. There's two B's in there. Not spelled like the word tabloid, the regular word. You throw another B in there, you'll be good to go. Head over to tabloid.com. You don't really need to sign up to get started with things. What you do is you add an RSS feed or a feed URL. If you know of a blog or, if you've seen a little feed icon, it's a little orange icon with white radar emanating. Whether it's an Atom feed, RSS feed, RDF, doesn't matter. If it's a feed icon or a feed, a URL, you can add it here, or it's also got some presets like technology, business, politics, sports. Then, once you've set up the feeds that you want to have, like we've got a handful of feeds at geeks.pirillo.com. Of course, my blog's got a feed and the podcast feed. I mean, whatever feed you want to throw in there, fine. Do what you want. Go crazy. Give it an email address that you want this to be sent to. Give it a frequency, so you can set daily, weekly, hourly, potentially. To set a time, and of course, depending on how you set it up, like if you do weekly, then you can choose the day that it happens to be delivered on. Save the delivery options, or generate the current issue now. If I press generate the current issue now with these feeds, give it a couple seconds here. I'm looking at my invisible watch. Can you see it? Of course you can't, because it's invisible. If anybody out there saw it, I'd probably be a little freaked out right now. So it's going to collect all the feeds, going to collect all the information, then generate that PDF. Now, I didn't give it an email address, so obviously it's not going to email it to anybody, but it should, pull it up in the browser or preview window or however I have this set to actually create a PDF, assuming that it's actually going to create it and not make a liar out of me. Honestly, I've seen a lot of services like this. This is pretty straightforward, simple to do. All you need is your favorite RSS feed, URLs, and they're everywhere. Everywhere. And if you don't know how to find an RSS feed, in your web browser, when you're on a page that has a feed, chances are a little icon illuminates. If you're in Internet Explorer, you'll see a little icon in the address bar. Whether you're using Safari, WebKit, I don't know if Google Chrome supports it yet. Opera does support RSS. RSS feeds are everywhere. And a feed doesn't have to be RSS. I mean, a feed could be an Atom feed, ATOM. Don't ask me the differences between the two. We've gone into that before, and I honestly don't have a lot of time to go into it right now. So it looks like it generated today's tabloid, personalized for you. And then we're scrolling down. Look at that. It's pulled in the feeds and the headlines, and wow. So I could take this with me anywhere. I could save it forever for posterity. This is great. So hopefully you're going to be able to find feeds that have full content, but maybe you just want to see the headlines. You'll be fine with this. I really don't know what else to say about this other than, hey, give it a shot. It may just be what you've been looking for after all these years. Tabloid.com, spelled like the regular word, but just throw another B in there, double B's, and you'll be okay. My email address is chris@pirillo.com. Feel free to drop me a line if you know any other cool services out there that would be, useful in this capacity. I mean, I could see this being used for a variety of reasons, not just for archival purposes, but certainly for helping with commute and sharing information back and forth around any particular topic. You're creating your own magazine. I mean, the layout's not awesome. I mean, it works. It's clean. I mean, it's not like a fully produced magazine, but hey, what do you expect? It's free. Honestly, I love free resources. Love them. Speaking of free resources, we've got one for you at geeks.pirillo.com. Plenty of things going on there if you're interested in the world of technology. But even if you're not, we've got people there who aren't interested in technology. And this is the thing. This is the weird thing. Geeks love asking questions. Like every time I go to geeks.pirillo.com, there's a different question in the forums. In fact, if I go here, geeks.pirillo.com, the interesting thing is here it shows you the latest activity, the things that people are doing, and I always see questions. Why do guys prefer blondes? For some reason or another, that is a popular topic in a group or the forum. Highest resolution of your computer screen. Let's see here. So that's another topic in the, I guess, the forums. But people are always asking questions to get answers. So some of these questions are just not just tech related. They're just questions that geeks want to ask other geeks, no matter what kind of geek you are. But if you're someone who really loves talking tech, well, then you're probably going to want to stop by the chat room here. We've got it, sewn into this live video experience. I'm recording this live to tape, although it's not really tape. It's like virtual tape, like virtual air quotes. I just like doing this. Even if I, am not using them properly, I would like a hamburger. You have to do that like when you go into a fast food restaurant because it's not really a hamburger. It's like, well, yeah, I don't even want to go into that. That's another video altogether. Anyway, if you'd like to join us, you're more than welcome to. Watching this live video feed as we're broadcasting out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And as I said before, we're typically talking tech at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.